All right, back with the panel and turning now to presidential politics. This story is going to prompt lots of conversation. In an interview last month, just coming out now, former President Bill Clinton was asked about the partisan divide that President Obama is facing. And Clinton said that he, as president in the 1990s, had it worse and still managed to get things done. Quote, nobody's accused him, being Obama, of murder yet, as far as I know. I mean, it was pretty rough back then. So, it's so interesting. Whenever Bill Clinton talks, you're always wondering what brand of 11-dimensional chess is he playing here. He does have, in a way, I've always said he does have a point in that, he was impeached. The Obama White House has put the word out this year to rally their base that, hey, the Republicans might impeach us. Hey, the Republicans actually did impeach Clinton. The thing about accusing him of murder, there were videotapes being circulated in the 90s that accused the Clintons of murder. So he did have it pretty rough from some facets of the opposition. But with Clinton, you're always wondering about the timing and the angle. And the timing of this interview and the angle of saying something like that raises all sorts of questions.
Well, of course. I really enjoyed this piece from the New York Times. I thought it was really interesting. I think when you look at comparing the Obamas to the Clintons, though, there are a few points. The first of which is that a lot of the blowback to President Clinton while he was in the White House was self-inflicted wounds. They had a lot. I mean, you watch the PBS documentary on the Clinton years, and you have Democratic operatives basically saying this is like the biggest waste and potential in the history of the presidency. Right. We could have done so much, but instead every week we had a new scandal popping up we had to deal with.
If he doesn't get involved with Monica Lewinsky, then there is no precedent.
And also because some of them had a basis in reality. I mean, I also think, like, does President Clinton have a violinist following him around, playing really because, I mean, some of this is just simply self-pity. I mean, like, self-pity is maybe too strong a word, but, he wants to remind people how hard it was for him. And I think that maybe he's not exaggerating exactly, but he's definitely sort of painting himself into an image that he likes.
But there's a
and I also want to say, like, I don't know if this can be translated explicitly as a criticism of, I mean, it is a criticism of Obama, but it says more about Clinton, and usually everything says more about Clinton than it says about everyone else, and that's the way he likes it.
But there's friends like Bill Clinton, President Obama didn't need too many enemies. Now that he's a grandfather, I mean, Bill Clinton's becoming the old man that wants to tell you how bad things were in his time. I mean, we're going to hear about, pretty soon we're going to hear about, that's right. I mean, pretty soon he had to deal with the Arkansas heat with a single feather fan or something. I mean, it's, I suppose on some levels, every politician's #1 priority is themselves, and so it's not surprising, I guess, completely. But this is all about the Clinton legacy tour, and to the extent they're trying to keep Hillary propped up for 16, which I would say here today, Elizabeth Warren has a far better chance at running for president than Hillary Clinton. But
you
we'll
don't think Hillary Clinton is going to run?
No, I think she's looking at this Elizabeth Warren situation. If you remember,
she's got 40 points on Warren in the newest poll.
Today. So was Barack Obama.
Is this wishful thinking, you guys? No. If we get Hillary out of the way.
Who was Barack Obama at this point before
he was
a senator who had just gotten elected to the U.S. Senate.
And he had like an infrastructure that he was building, and he had
so does
plan.
She just
no,
ran.
she doesn't.
Yes.
No, she doesn't.
She had a national operation that helped her win Massachusetts.
Here's the thing.
Look, I can see you all wanting to push back against Elizabeth Warren because she can win this nomination.
I hate to diffuse a great conversation. We're going to talk about this a little bit more later, but I want to stick on the Clinton one because there's another point I want to make on the Clinton one I want to just talk about here before we get off the topic completely. That is, there is a 2016 angle. If she is running in 2016, there is an obvious 2016 angle in Bill Clinton saying this, which is basically this is a pitch past the Democratic Party base, and this is a pitch to the middle. This is a pitch to all those voters out there that the Clintons think, hey, they were with Obama in 08, and he's lost them in the last 6 years, and we can win them back.
Who thinks they were really with Obama in 08? Do people forget the primaries? I mean, like, there has been a progression in their relationship. Like, I don't think that Clinton and Obama are best friends. I don't think that they particularly like each other. But I also think that this Elizabeth Warren thing is a total fantasy. And I think, I think the relationship between those two women is actually stronger than most people realize. I suspect you'll see her on the stump for Hillary. And actually, Hillary needs Elizabeth Warren. She needs someone to bring up some issues that she's not as credible.
We actually are going to be getting an update from New Hampshire where Elizabeth Warren is today to campaign for Jeanne Shaheen. We're going to get an update from a reporter. Casey Hunn's going to be up there. That's a little later. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton, who shared a stage yesterday in Boston. Some very interesting sound bites that came out of that. So all three of you are sticking around for that. But next, it is not just candidates that are on the ballot in a week and a half. A popular proposal that is on the ballot in several states the Democrats think can save the Senate for them. Will it? We'll ask that question next.